Hi, this is Cheryl Smith with Consider It Done Transition Services. Just sitting here looking through some old photos, which I'm sure you love to do as well. You know, we're talking about downsizing and organizing, and one of the things that comes up in just about 100% of the houses we work in is what to do with all the old photos. So today we're going to talk about how to address organizing and managing our physical photos today. Because when we make a move, especially a downsizing move, you know, it's really tough to bring hundreds and thousands of pictures along with us due to storage and some other factors that might not let us keep everything that we'd like. So what we're going to do today is talk about how to get these physical pictures organized. And this task is one that I really might want you to start on your own. A lot of times when we ask friends and family to come do this with us, we get distracted and we don't get through much. I'm not saying you can't do that later, but this first step might be a good idea to do on your own and get things kind of organized, and then you can bring in some troops for reinforcement. So the goal today is to get this initially sorted and organized. We'll have some follow-up sessions where we'll get into a little more specific about how to sort even further if you want to keep your collection becoming smaller. So the first thing I want you to do is gather all the pictures together. Make sure you search the entire house, you know, in attics, in basements, in albums, under kids' beds, in closets, in wallets. Maybe you've kept some school pictures in there. So gather those all together and get to a nice work area where you can spread out and maybe leave these items for a while, because this is one project that can take more than one day. So be prepared to come back and forth to this project. So once you have everything gathered together, the pictures, then I want you to get some supplies to have handy, because once you start this job, it's nice to have everything you need right here. You might take a look at getting a pencil or a pen that goes with pictures, like an acid-free that doesn't leave marks, doesn't fade away. You can probably get those at any craft store. A pair of scissors, some Post-it notes so that you can label stacks of pictures. I sometimes even use file folders or rubber bands to keep them in certain categories. And then I also want you to get some dental floss, and I'm going to teach you a little trick today about how to use that in your albums. So once you have all that together, now it's time to start sorting. So when we talk about sorting, we're going to get them all together, and before you sort, you really need to get even pictures out of albums. You know, I have this album that has the 3-ring binder. Those are pretty easy to take out of. A lot of us have these. You may have an album that has the black paper, could be from your grandma or great grandma, and they had the corners. We want to try to get those out if you can without ruining the picture. We can always put them back into a better album. And then the magnetic albums, remember these? I think my mom's are all magnetic. So I want you to get these out of the album. I'm going to show you a little trick with the dental floss. So pull out a piece where you can hold it. What we're going to do is, I took one out already, so let me pick another one. We're going to get under the edge of the picture with the dental floss, and we're going to come down the picture nice and easy, just behind the picture, so we can not damage it. And what we have is a picture of a magnetic album, and it's ready to be sorted. And just kind of put that away. And then these albums you can probably get rid of. They're not real kind to pictures. So once you have all your pictures together, we want to sort them. So I'm going to give you 4 categories that I find the easiest way to sort. One is chronologically. That's by date. You can do that by year, month, maybe even decade if you have a lot of pictures from a long time ago. We can categorize by event. So it could be family reunions, weddings, Christmases, baby showers. You can also do it by person. This gets a little complicated when you have pictures that have multiple people in it. So keep that in mind when you're doing some sorting. You may have a lot of different sets, so you might want to create some boundaries with that. And then subject. If you like to take pictures, maybe you were a bird watcher or you attended craft fairs and you had certain sets of pictures, you might do it by subject, or you could do a combination of some of these as well. So basically you take a stack, and you'll see this is my photo box. I would suggest that you invest in a few photo boxes. They're like acid-free and really good for the pictures. I sorted right back in here, and you'll see I already have small sections of pictures. When you sort and you look at each picture at a time, right? You want to touch it. Some things I want you to think about taking out and throwing away, and it's okay to throw pictures away, are any pictures that you have multiples of, the duplicates and triplicates that we used to buy all the time. Pull those out, keep one. pictures that are fuzzy or blurry. We probably don't want to keep those. They're not very attractive. We don't know who's in them. And if we're talking about narrowing it down, we can let go of those. Any pictures that are of people you don't know, why keep those? Now, you may want to ask somebody, but there's really no reason to keep anything. If you've asked everybody in the house, go ahead and toss that. And the last one are pictures of yourself. If you find some that you don't like, or it's not very attractive, or it's a time you don't want to remember, you can go ahead and throw those away. It's okay to get rid of pictures. So once you've done this step, you have made huge progress. So remember, we talked about small wins. This is a small win, and it's the great first step in getting your pictures organized. We're going to continue on. I'm going to show you some other ways to narrow down even this set. We'll talk a little bit about how to work with digitized pictures as well. So good luck with your organizing. Enjoy the time and the memories, and we'll be back for another photo organizing session. Thanks so much. I'm Cheryl Smith with Consider It Done.